from? You are looking at the real #1 contender. I just took out 3 of NXT's top stars in one night. That means old Adam Cole, baby, wants the NXT Championship back.
That return of Adam Cole captured the attention of the NXT champion.
Little man!
When I signed here, you no longer became special.
This brand has done everything in their power to make you feel special. You know what they do to make Adam Cole feel special? They ring the freaking bell. You're just the guy who has my property.
Adam, I can see what you're doing. Hey, Regal, shut up!
At Takeover, what I want
Is everyone. Give me Kyle O'Reilly. Give me Johnny Gargano. Give me Pete Dunne. And give me Adam Cole. Done.
HMG.
A recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Hamin Media Group. This is NXT. Next Level Podcast.
What up, Uncle Fuckers? I was watching that what the hell that card, that South Park gimmick the other day. Shut your fucking face. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Next Level Podcast. I am your host, well, one of the hosts here anyway, and I won't be your host next week, but we'll get into that in a minute. But I'm the reporter of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to say to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling today. But ladies and gentlemen, I am not alone. No, I'm not here with Colin Wysong. The 11-11 boys are not here anymore. Billy Ray Valentine's gone. Andrew Bello gone. Strangler Steve out, probably strangling people. You know? Anyway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by the one and the only, the golden Ayatollah of HMG. Yes, rise and praise, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, brings chills down my spine. It brings fear into the cockles of my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the one, the only, the hacker, Bin Hamin Yallah. That's your game, man.
We got it, Big Ray back. All right, stop, collaborate, and listen. Hamin's back with my brand new invention, something grabs a hold of Ray nightly, flows like a harpoon. That's right, infidels, and we're going to flow all day here at the Next Level Podcast, ready to break the showdown. Now that they switch nights, who's up in the numbers? Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Yallah.
Yeah. Well, who is up in the numbers? You have
dude, I mean, Tony Khan's down 462,000 and NXT was at 600K last week. So
no,
they act like they pushed him off the block, but
no,
they left from Wednesday night and then moved, and they act like they were standing tall. They got bumped from NBA to Friday night to 10 to 12, and they went from 800,000 to 562,000 to 460,000.
Oh man, that's,
I say dummy. Dummy, yeah.
oh yeah, that, so I did see something about numbers, and when you go on to certain Facebook sites that are just fans that really don't know anything, they're like, oh, but you don't understand the breakdown of the demographics. And no, they're fucking losing viewers like crazy. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, that's a tough spot to get moved to and demoted to TBS. Now you're jumping and, well, dude, I mean, we got TNA 2.0, WCW 2.0 right here, 3.0 really, I guess, because TNA would be where they're like, we're gonna make our own guys. We're gonna bring in all these dudes from the indies that we know are good enough, smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like you. And now in the last month, we got Big Show, Mark Henry, Andrade, Christian, possibly Aleister Black on the way, possibly Lana on the way. Who else? There's another one that showed up from WWE too. So not like that's a bad thing, but we learn nothing from the past, then we're doomed to repeat it. We have to take into account what's what, but this is business. So while the budget becomes more inflated and the numbers go down, how many excuses can you make for that? Got to do something drastic, and whether it's time slot or just that wrestling's dying all the way around, but it's because of lack of creative and not making draws and not making moments and not making big stars and just kind of repeating the same shit over and over and over and over again. Well, everything old is new again, but you got to do it in an effective way. Go ahead, bud.
No, I just wanted to quickly jump in because, we talk about making moments, Ben. And every single Wednesday, we make moments here with the people that join us here live on. Are we on Twitch? We're not on Twitch, right?
Yeah, we are. I added it while you were getting ready.
Very cool. All right. So, Ben, as we do customarily every single Wednesday morning, who's in the chat right now, brother?
Well, man, it's going down. We're 21 strong, mainly on YouTube. But Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass, obviously, always in the house. Scott Woodford, Cujo, Hope Spot Brand, Canadian Spaceman. Goes by a couple names. Nobody worth remembering, but they're always cool in here. Classified Chappie, Mr. Homeboy 88 from the west side. Let's see. Mandeer, obviously. I'm pumped because I got a big Stooge report to give him a minute. One fall to a finish. I like that name, one fall to a finish. Gam Wolfers, our own Greg Miron Morons here. Greg Mosier down in Louisville, hanging and banging. If you want a tattoo, that's our guy down there. Tattooed Kofi Kingston, plenty of big names. And Rob Stenovich, it says Ben Hamin smells.
He does.
All right. I just showered and put on my Old Spice body spray. So we'll But yeah, man, appreciate RBV, our own RBV. Bernie DC's in the house too, man. So good to see everybody. RBV says share the stream to social media, whatever you want to do. Twitch.tv/Hamin Media, Ben Hamin YouTube channel, wherever you're watching. It looks mainly like YouTubers. So y'all. But yeah, it's been an awesome week at HMG. Yesterday, Jack Prosobic retweeted a clip that Kaz had clipped out from the Beautiful podcast, and he's a conservative pundit with a lot of books under his belt and a frontline, known truth seeker, truth teller, and he has 1.2 million followers. So he had retweeted a Beautiful People clip and even retweeted somebody else who had retweeted that. He retweeted. So it had, I don't know where the number's at, but
it's like 30,000 almost.
It was 22,000 yesterday. So that's just a huge win. A lot of times, we're up against it trying to promote brands without a $250,000 marketing company to push us and buy into the algorithms and all that shit, which I've worked for those too. So everything we do is organic based, that we can get. So when you only get like, fuck, how did this only get 5 likes or something on it? And I know a lot of you guys out there and that are HMG hardcores, you guys do a great job of helping us try and build that organic, to get it into the cycle. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But then something like this breaks, it's a win for everybody, because we can do it once, we can do it again, for those types of things. So that was really great. And then the other big Stooge report today is Master Shoot Theater at Russo.com, or excuse me, patreon.com/RussoTWC. I think it's only a $3 tier. And Mandeer has been doing these unbelievable animations. This next level, so hilarious. I had 6 huge laugh breaks in a 10-minute animation. And not just because I'm marking out for myself, but there's very few things that make me laugh like that anymore. Trailer Park Boys, maybe Axe Cop, and a couple other things. Yesterday, Jason Sensation joined the show. And just if you remember from the Attitude Era, he did the impersonations of Piper.
The nose gimmick when he did Owen Hart.
and yesterday there was a whole cavalcade. I mean, there were 7 or 8 WWE legends that we had fun with yesterday, improvising between Vince and all of his characters, man. And it was an impromptu moment, a great run in. And like, if you really want to see what it's like to be in the moment without a script, I think that was probably one of my favorite things I've done on Russo brand. I mean, I love every bit of piece of work I've been able to do there, but it was good for me, man. It felt really, really good. So like that, I think this is going to be, I think it's the best Master Shoot Theater, because sometimes we go into it and I'm getting suggestions throughout the Raw and SmackDown review or what we talk about pre-show, and that doesn't lock me into anything like dialogue wise, but it already drops the pebble in the pond to get ideas going. There's just no way that you can't. That's the way the human mind works. But to have it like, hey, somebody's on the line and boom, it's a walk into a scene. I didn't know who it was.
Right.
Now anything that was there is out the window and you're just riding the edge of the razor blade, and it's either going to work or it's going to fall. And I think it worked really well. So I like it. It's all good. So very, very, if you're not a Master Shoot Theater subscriber, I mean, I would say drop the $3. I mean, whatever the Mandir animation level is, and that might be $5. I'm not sure. So worth it. Like I just don't laugh at a lot of things I've seen all the tricks done before, but dude, some of the things in that just make me fucking crack up laughing.
Well, Mandir, there's
You can't hang with me. You aren't on my level.
the shit that Mandir does is just phenomenal.
Yeah. Dude, that takes so much time to do 10 minutes of animation. That's just
people have no idea. I keep saying this every single week. They have no idea. But listen, Ben,
Larry Hankin 15-minute or 15-second opening that I'm working on in After Effects is 4 hours render time. Like they don't know, bro. Like, so we appreciate all the artists that are collaborating with Russo Brand, Hamin Media Group, all the interactors, all the social media leaders, all the community members, except for you, because you keep getting things flagged in the discussion group. And then
I did.
Posted the other day. Yeah, I got to.
Oh, Jesus. Of
course. So,
speaking the truth
is in this bullshit world of ghettos of social media, we just got to be smart and not get triggered over dumb shit, because they'll yank the plug on fucking something as whatever. If you got to start typing in code and using $signs for S's and fucking zeros for O's, then so's be it.
I've noticed that's how to get around a lot of the algorithms. But anyway, listen. I wanted to tell the people that are watching right now and listening, if you're listening on a replay, that this week, there will be no 3 count. We're going to jump right into NXT, and then we're going to really quickly run through the
algorithms, because I know we had a hacking story in the 3 count, man.
You want to talk that real quick before we jump into NXT?
Let's do it, man.
Oh, but before I do that, Ben, for the people that don't know, yes, Ben Hamin, y'all. I am. What is today? Today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Jesus Christ, Saturday. 3 days away, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to be marrying Jennifer Diaz. She will become Jennifer Hernandez. She will have many of my children.
Wow, you're gonna have more kids? I would get
no. We're not having fucking no kids. I have my hands full with Aiden. Have you seen how big that fucking kid is?
Yeah, he's like Sloth now. You got to keep him locked in an ice cream freezer closet and just leave him in there.
He is just fucking huge, man. He's playing basketball. The coach is looking at me like, what do you feed this kid? He's my height.
No matter what you put in front of him, he's gonna eat it.
Yeah, man. But thank you, man.
You're just fucking, you don't even know what's going on with your body. It's just fucking consumed. Remember, you used to lay in bed and your shins would hurt and you're fucking from growing pains and shit. You got to, dude, when I was like 14 to 17, I got crazy stretch marks in here just from my body. Like, dude, I don't,
I got stretch marks in the pants.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, so let's talk about this. So I can't stooge off exactly who told me, because that would be wrong. But I have a friend who is an attorney, and he works for New York State, and he was telling me, like, I think a day before this actually became public, that there was a huge that he couldn't go to work, or he couldn't work. He wasn't even allowed to log on to any of the computers here. And now it's public knowledge, so we can talk about this. And apparently, the New York not the penal system, the judicial system had been hacked.
And law offices,
right. I know you've done a little more research moving forward. So what's going on? You said some additional hacks had taken place as well, right?
There had been hacks before this that were kind of not reported on the MTA. And that, for those who don't know, not from New York, the Metro Transit Authority. So, to what level are we talking about, where someone can override a system and fucking, shut down or a stop or something remotely? Who knows, and collide trains? Like, this is right out of some fucking, Bruce Willis, Die Hard shit, right? Like, the hackers are taking over this, that, and the other. So it's, and Stevie brought this point up on Russo Brand yesterday. When we think of war from our times of the 80s, end of the Cold War, they're going to nuke everybody, bolt a bright, flash a light, and everything I loved is gone. It's not like that. We're actually in a war. And Stevie brought this up, this new hacking war, shutting down pipelines. And a lot of this can be all false flags as well to get what they want done agenda-wise. It's all the slow creep. I saw the story on Drudge Report yesterday. Classic car owners are going to have their cars Tesla'd, and that's the conversion to electric. Meanwhile, the pipelines get shut down, so it makes gas prices go up. People are more frustrated. You problem, reaction, solution. You build the fear so you can present the solution and make money off of all three, or create the reaction so you can present the solution. The reaction is going to be fear and anger of gas prices at $7. And, the argument will be, well, what about classic car collectors? Well, we'll give you an incentive to come in and get the Teslaized or whatever there will be no more fossil fuel. We'll be on fucking lithium batteries. And that's why we're in Afghanistan and other regions mining for all that shit right there. But, when it comes back to New York City and the hacks, this is part of that covert war. Maybe I don't think there's a group of secret Russians. I think it's more likely a group of Americans who are pledged to the deep state, who are in a bunker underground in Virginia at Quantico. That's who's doing these types of things to make it look one way, Bitcoin ransoms and whatever. So, dude, maybe we are. We're the food supply hack last week. Before that, the pipeline hack, where they supposedly paid $90 million. And also the point that, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Well, when Iran got one of our drones, Obama paid them $160 billion to get back, fucking hostages and to try and keep that under wraps. And now here we are supposedly paying out Bitcoin to Russian hackers because they can't figure out the infrastructure workaround for the supply chain to get things back online. All the money that's supposedly in infrastructure, I saw them putting in some bridges. It's a lot bigger than that. A power grid. Look at what happened to Houston area in Texas when the fucking snow hit there. Remember when they were out of power for 2 weeks, no water and shit? Look at Flint, Michigan. It's unbelievable that this is the country we're supposed to say USA #1, and that shit can even come close to existing. Meanwhile, people have lawn sprinklers on right now with fresh water, but there's places in America where we don't have it. There's a big problem with that, especially from the party that claims to be so about the Green New Deal. But that's what they're going to do, is rape and pillage more taxes, $300 trillion over 30 years is the plan. And what they're going to do is use fear. It'll be racist to not have an electric car. It'll be all these things, just like they use all that shit as a marketing motivator in order to do that. And I think we're seeing that in New York City right now to some degree. Or do they need to get into the law logs that way to expunge some records, some Epstein shit that Maxwell had, what is some Giuliani shit? Who are we dealing with? You know what I mean? Is this inside job Hillary Clinton style to cover up evidence and emails? They don't want their tits lit because of the Fauci emails. Maybe there's some other crazy stuff. I mean, go look into World Trade Center 7 and see what was burnt up in that controlled demolition. That was a big CIA paper headquarters, especially for the paper trail to Enron and a lot of the fucking money funneling type shit. So destruction of evidence is an important thing when people are in some covert Cold War and they act like they gotcha, right? They got to clean it up. So there's all this like high level Hollywood drama that could be involved with it, or it could be simple as some 15-year-old Russian kids who are good at hacking stuff. I mean, you decide. What do you think it probably is to be able to hack the fucking American pipeline when they want to push all this other shit on an agenda? It's all part of a greater psyop, in my opinion, man. Definitely buy human silver stocks. Because I saw an article. Here's where it goes, and this is why I say this. And
right,
it was NXT, but Nancy Pelosi and her husband, who should not be making millions of dollars, that took $200,000 and split it between. It was either $200,000 each or $200,000 split. I can't remember that part of the story, but either way, that's more money than I fucking got. Aside from the millions I get on payroll every year. But, they put it in lithium mining, lithium production, lithium recycling. And two of those were lithium mining companies. One was pre and one was post. So they're making money getting it. They're getting money fucking taking it out, and they're getting money fucking when it gets recycled, dudes. And they have all this knowledge ahead of time because they're in on these summits where they're saying, we're going 30 years, Green New Deal, $300 trillion. And then on Drudge as well, 15% global tax for fucking everyone across the board. Like they just roll these headlines out. Like, who the fuck voted on that? And like, that's what they're going to be pushing forward through everything. You'll see it in every marketing thing. And it's fucked up that you'll hear about it first on the Next Level podcast, but nobody puts the pieces together of what are those rich fuckers with the inside knowledge investing in? What's going on with the fucking media and marketing of it? What's the underground stories and where they want to push things? When you see all the pieces from taking classic cars and Tesla-izing them, what they're invested in and where they want to go, it starts to shape up, man. And I can always be wrong, but I'm a worker, dude. I do this shit for a living. So when I smell a work and see a work, I feel like I'm knowledgeable.
Yeah. Well, really quickly, Cujo62 says he saw some info on a new kind of battery using just carbon and fluid.
That's interesting. I know there's a lot of stuff out there. I remember a guy took silicates, which is just sand and pressurized sand. And I saw this like a decade ago, and it was a great way to store energy as well as conduct in between them when you stack them up. And, there's cars that run on water, and like that guy died in the 80s mysteriously. I mean, there's the auto industry doesn't going to want to switch like that without getting their kickbacks and protections first. We're going to go through all that cash for clunkers again to get them off the road, to get a whole new crop of electric cars. Like all that shit's going to happen again within the next 4 to 6 years.
Hey, Ben, nobody worth to remember asked, Ben, since you mentioned Russia, do you agree that the U.S. allows the Russian pipeline as a fuck you to Europe for how loyal they've been lately?
Do I think that the U.S. allows it? I just think that they're probably in on it. I think the Cold War bullshit of like whatever is fuck that, because Russia's run by a CIA contingent. And I mean, that's what fucking Putin did before, he's very much like George Bush Sr. Like before George Bush Sr. became vice president and then eventually president, he ran the CIA and came up under all that shit from JFK assassination, where he was a young boy in that, and all the way to where he got, man. And I think when it comes to controlling the world's oil supply, you got to work with the Saudis, you got to work with the Russians, you got to work with the Chinese, and borders and patriotism don't mean fuck all to those people when you're dealing in those kind of numbers. $700 million a day numbers, like there. I don't think there's like, oh, because you helped us kick the shit out of Hitler and we had that agreement from Eisenhower, we're still good on the fucking pipeline, Briz. Like, nah, we as a tribal people really want to fucking have patriotism and loyalty, but really that's just a front-loaded facade, and the 1,500 masters who run all of media, all of your grocery stores, all of your fucking oil. Like they're fine with working with each other. They have their own locker room heat, I'm sure. But when it comes to big fucking money, dudes aren't gonna like okay a hit on somebody unless it's really got to happen. So, I mean, and when does that happen? When countries don't want to insert a Rothschild bank inside of their country, they're automatically on the enemies list. And fucking, I'm not trying to stick up for Gaddafi, but you can look into a lot of why that went down and understand what I'm saying. So
I haven't heard that name in a long time. Muammar Gaddafi.
Yeah, dude.
He was over back in the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not like I'm saying one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. So there's a couple of things, but yeah, dude, I think when it comes to all those big energy fuckers and big pharma and whatever it is, they all have their meetings and they might not show up. They might send their consigliere or, somebody to deliver the messages and take the notes, but they're all working. They have to all work together.
Is this a fact here?
Well, us that live in the woods do. Bears and deers are attracted to the smell of lithium batteries.
Is that true?
If they are, I'm going out in the woods with a fuck ton of lithium batteries on me when I go hunting next time.
Yeah, pal.
I think that's a rib, but that's a funny rib.
It is a funny rib. All right, so wow, a lot of shit going on this morning.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think Stevie's right. We're already in a war, but it's not like the Generation X and fucking, Brat Pack kids think of it of like.
Well, here's the thing now. This is what scares me. So you're right. The wars aren't what we grew up going to school, reading in books and seeing in black and white terrible videos and stuff where you have guys on the ground, troops, going into ditches and shit like that. I don't think it's going to be like that anymore. It's going to be all drones, all robots. And
but dude, I actually sorry to cut you off. I watched the Gaia piece, which, it's going to be like kind of conspiracy theory, like fiction. But this dude was talking about how the teleportation technology is done. And Laura Eisenhower, Dwight,
show that to me,
granddaughter, dude. That guy seemed pretty goddamn legit. Not saying they can't make it work, but like I said, I can smell it work. And he's talking about 9 troops that got fucking teleported from a base. I think it wasn't North Carolina. It might not have been. It might have been more north, like near Baltimore. But fucking
Timmy, Baltimore.
Yeah, near Timmy's. Dude, they end up in a base in Germany less than 4 minutes later.
Yeah,
like no problems, and they fly him home from Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And they were naming names, so I got some research to do on that. So
what's going to happen?
Listen. War. How about a fucking those drones drop a fucking portal thing that assembles itself, and boom, the troops just walk right through, and you're in Sudan or wherever the fuck you're claiming to go next to rape and pillage and mine.
Well, here's the deal: if these people can, hack the system, the judicial system, if they can hack this, they can hack that, they can hack the pipeline. Who's to say they can't hack the gimmick that launches the nuclear warheads? I'm just saying.
Well, that's an interesting concept too, because Defense Minister Paul Hellyer of Canada, who was very open about UFOs over a decade. Maybe 2 decades ago. Yeah, if it's bullshit, it's bullshit. I'm interested in it though. But he said aliens are real and we're dealing with this many different groups of them. And it's really a concern because I'm the defense minister and they flew over our nuclear warhead sites, stopped and hovered, and everything went dark and black and shut down. We had no control over anything, of aliens. And so, but the message kind of seems like we want you to stop using these things to kill each other and enlighten each other. That's what the fucking whole UFO community who talks to aliens says. Their message is. But, shining a light on that and showing them, in a show don't tell kind of way of A, your technology is bullshit compared to ours, and B, we see what you got here. Don't use it. This is wrong. Like, you have that human guilt where like, why do we even have these fucking things to eliminate life in such a mass and a destructive way of power so we can have nations? Like, it's such a weird fucking concept that we want to kill so much to retain dominance in a world government and fucking, capitalist kind of way. So maybe they are saying something. And when he came out and said that shit, it was interesting. Guy is CIA. Well, I mean, maybe they're slow rolling stuff out there.
Yeah, you never know. So anyway, wow, this went a lot longer than I thought it would.
All right, go ahead, man. We'll get mazel tov to you and Jen, man. Though
no, it's cool. I listen. All I got to do today. I'm gonna go meet Billy Ray Valentine. I told Billy Ray, I said, hey dude, we'll go grab a cup of coffee, go grab our suits, for the wedding and stuff. He's like, I don't drink coffee. He doesn't drink anything. I don't think Billy Ray Valentine drinks anything.
I had a great cup of coffee, Broster's coffee, bro. It was so good. Like, so after a good day yesterday with all that, one of my dogs is real sick.
So update on that. Because they would listen, guys out there who don't know, there was a possibility Ben wouldn't even show up today. Thank God he's here.
Yeah, no, I was up early. We got at the vet right at the open at 8, and I thought she was just going in for some quick tests, but she's got to be there all day, so I got to go get her this afternoon again. And I don't know, I'm worried, but like when she got home yesterday after she had a bad day, and we finally took her in, she ate a whole bowl of food and a can of wet food, and she did all her business this morning, and she seemed like she had a little more energy this morning. So, and they gave her a shot of B12. Well, steroids, the prednisone, which supposedly suppresses whatever is going on with her pancreas because her body's attacking her red blood cells. It's an anemia, hypermetic anemia. What the fuck's it called? I can't remember. Hemolytic anemia. So, and it can come and go, but other people have had good luck with it. So I'm just trying to hope she kicks out and we can start putting weight back on her. She lost like 30% of her weight, and it's just like, ugh. So, any pet parents out there know, and like I'll shoot with it. The end of the line is like, they might need a blood transfusion. The shit costs like $3,000 to $7,000. You're kind of like,
how old is she?
6. It really happens. Here's the thing. It happens in dogs who are middle-aged, female, and spayed, usually during the months of May and June. Like, that's a pretty specific criteria. She fucking, and every symptom of it, she has every single one of them. So fatigue, weight loss, fucking like shortness of breath a lot of times. And there's like, so, and a jaundice in her eye and shit. So it was a stressful day and night, but she'll be back tonight. So, but when you're talking $3,000 to $7,000 blood transfusions on a dog, you got to talk about the tough stuff, the tough choices,
That's a lot of money, dude. It's a lot of money. And the thing is that
but a lot of people's dogs have kicked out. If you catch it early and it's not super, I don't know if hers is early or not. So I'm really like, today's blood tests are gonna show what's what. I saw some natural thing where I was looking all in forums last night, freaking out. And some lady has said, they told my dog the same thing, that she is Los Ops, and I gave her what the fuck is aloe juice, like the juice of the aloe plant, like Pete's Natural Cornucopia store, whatever. 90 milligrams a day, so split into 3, and in 2 or 3 days, they said her dog kicked out. So we'll do the fucking steroid shots and whatnot, and hopefully that helps her. But it's whatever, man.
Yeah, man, no doubt.
That's life, dude. It's pets, and you just have to get the idea in the head that sometimes it doesn't work out all the way.
Well, on a brighter note, last night, well, not even a brighter note, this is kind of fucking sad too. We were on the last episode, right? Is it the last episode or the second to last episode of WLR?
That's the final episode of WLR, man.
That's it. They're finally fucking gone.
Yeah. Shit, I put out that tweet. I forgot to put the graphic on it. I'll do it again at lunch.
No, that's all. It's all good, bro.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. We'll do it live. Okay.
All right, fuck it. Don't worry about it, Ben.
Do it.
We'll do it. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do it. Do it.
Yo, do you know? All right, I'm gonna play you a quick drop. Do you know what movie this is from?
Now stand aside, worthy adversary. 'Tis but a scratch.
Do you know where that's from?
Is that fucking Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Yes, I knew you would fucking know. When the two knights are fighting and he cuts his arm off.
Yeah, it's just but a scratch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens in most of these matches where they fucking go through tables. They just fucking get up and.
There was some good finishes on Raw and SmackDown that weren't that, where Owens took a Death Valley driver on the fucking apron and then he rolled him in to pin him, and he pinned him and won. Instead of, I thought like that'd be the kid. Usually you roll the guy in. Oh, that was enough time for him to recover that he kicked out. Nope, that was a finish. Then Carrillo and Ricochet did a Spanish fly off the apron onto the floor, devastating, but they protected each other as best they could. Well, Sheamus is on commentary at the broken nose that Carrillo gave him from unsafe shots. So it was like a real scene. And then they both took the 10 count for double count out. They're like two good, believable finishes where they actually put over the goddamn move, so. Yeah.
Wait a second. What is this? You know what? Well, what's your opinion on the Jake Paul Mayweather fight?
The robbery, bro. I wasn't gonna. The only thing I bet on it was what the fuck was it?
While you're figuring this out,
I can't remember because it was $1, but fucking, an exhibition that doesn't even give you a finish and total work and a money heist, a circus show. And I think the indies should learn from it, bro. I think there should be a lot more of these fights that are shoots that are kind of a work, but they're not. You know what I mean? He punched him and held him up that one time, but
yes, you saw that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, there's tons of shit like that. But like, dude, Logan Paul lit him up at the end. I'm sure he called it to him at the end of round one. Yeah. Like, you got some fucking heavy leather on him for a minute.
But I don't know, man.
I know you hate it for the sport of boxing, but like, for the wrestling and spectacle aspect of it, it worked. And what I made money on was the Arias Hurd fight on the undercard, where that guy was supposed to walk over the other dude, and he's like, "Fuck that!" I don't know if you saw that. He fought him dirty. You should go back and watch that, dude. The guy thought the big guy thought he was over Herder, I think his name was, and he wanted to do a Mayweather shoulder roll, but he's not small like Mayweather. The guy's 6'2", and he kept having his hands down. Dude, Ari has to come in, grab him up, and just crack him over the top with an overhand right. And he fought a dirty, shitty fight like he should have, and he whooped his ass. And he was plus 350. So, like, even a fucking $2 bet will win you $7. So it was a good fight to watch, man.
I've never been a fight. You have to be a really good defensive fighter to fight that. It's called like a South Philly style where they use their shoulder to kind of block punches and they roll with the punches. It's almost like, I guess you would say it's like a rope-a-dope. But
it is, but you got to be small without being a big target. Like and if you're a big target, you can miss one place and still hit the guy. Mayweather, when he's fucking standing at an angle, is very thin and fucking slick like that. This guy was like, all right, if I don't hit him in the fucking head, I'm still gonna get him in the shoulder and the neck or something, because he's a big motherfucker.
James Toney used to use that style, and he was actually fantastic at it. He was able to create distance, between he and the person trying to hit him. But this fight, real quick, Ben, before we jump into NXT, I genuinely feel that Mayweather was, like you said, how in wrestling you're calling spots, he definitely instructed the kid, Jake Paul, to flurry at the end of round one. There were a couple of times that Mayweather hit him and I think held him up, not just once, I think more than one time. And I think Mayweather could have done whatever he wanted to do with him at any time during that match.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, dude.
6th, 7th, and 8th with his hands down, he could have ended him. And that's why I was like, dude, just take the fall. Who gives a fuck if you get knocked out by Mayweather? I would drop my hands down and let him fucking crank me, bro, for the money that they'd be making there, and for the headlines the next day, and for the rematch.
Right.
Dude, how did pro wrestling get started?
It was a shoot.
Well, no, not the original pros.
Original pro wrestling was a shoot.
Working fucking shoot fights like this.
Okay, right.
And then it would slowly devolve. So whether the Mob was in on it, P.T. Barnum, whoever the fuck, this was a good example of old school fucking how you do a worked fight. Like, there's a lot that wrestling can learn from this. Like, you know, so it'll be interesting. And they're shotgunning it, but they got Wardlow versus Hager in a fucking shoot cage match next week. Well, dude, we should have been building this for 6 weeks.
Whoa. You know, I don't know what's going on in that other brand.
Yeah. They just shotgunned it. They're like, 2 weeks from now, face me in a cage, you pussy. That was his fucking promo pretty much. So in 2 weeks, they're going to do a fucking worked shoot. And because, dude, I don't think Hager would fucking give him an L, like the chance to take one on a wrestling show be bad for his MMA career. So it's got to be worked. And Wardlow will probably be scared shitless of what Hager knows that he doesn't. I mean, I wish they'd let him go, but if you were gonna, then that's a main event. Fucking two wrestlers who are working a bunch of bullshit are really going to beat the fuck out of each other. That's an interesting thing, but they're going in 2 weeks. So know it's work.
Hold on. So is this going to be a work or show? Or is it going to be, are these guys going to be stiff on each other?
They're going to work snug. No doubt about it.
Wow.
No doubt.
I might want to watch this to see how they pull this off.
It'll be like, I bet it'll be like a fucking 30%. Sparring session, you know what I mean? Like as hard as you'd hit in that.
Is it going to be as hard as
it's going to be fun for either of them? They're both going to feel that the next day with just gloves.
Is it going to be hard as when do you remember
everybody's worried about WLR. Though I want those guys together. They're going to work on something new. The wrestling was holding them back.
Yeah. You know, it's almost like this show. Like, I mean, but the thing is that NXT is good. Because I got to tell you real quick, Ben, this show, I really enjoyed this show. There were a lot of good matches here.
Me too.
They were things that, like, I saw a Spanish Fly this week, and we'll talk about that actually kind of looked believable, if that makes any sense. But the girls went, you know, we'll jump into that. Like I said, we'll quickly give our quick predictions of the pay-per-view. So let's do that, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for NXT.
Boom.
Oh wait, wrong fucking unfucking believable. Where the hell's Japanese? You suck. Ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT June 8th, 2021. As we hear this thin, young, I don't know if she's an Asian or Caucasian mixed young lady screaming in the background here. She was on the show today. We'll talk about that a little later on. But hey, listen, man, we start off the show with what I thought was a really good match. And this kid, I'm telling you, bro, Austin, talking about the Spanish Fly. Austin Theory versus Orny Lorcan. I can never say his fucking name.
I call him Biff. He was Biff and Ted in 2CW in the Indies, man.
Bro, you can't tell me this kid doesn't have superstar written all over him, and I'm talking about Austin Theory.
Oh, I think you could say that about both of them.
Yo, Orny Lorcan. It's funny because Orny, in the beginning when I first was watching NXT, when I was doing the show back with Colin. By the way, I do have a drop for Colin.
Gay!
That's his running music. That's all he gets when he comes in, if he ever does. But Orny Lorcan has been winning me over as a competitor. I mean, this guy, I had no idea he was homeless, and and a lot of believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sure a lot of the indie workers right now are living hand to mouth. Am I wrong?
I know they are.
You know they are. So especially now.
They were before. The unemployment might actually made them live their best life from during COVID.
Who knows? You get unemployment working in the indies?
No, everyone's got some way to work some bullshit that way.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Only
match, dude.
Biff Busick is how I know him, and I like that he looks like that old school, dirtbag Carney grinder from the 1920s and shit. Like, no big frills. He's in great shape. The way he sells, the fucking way he fights is fucking really aggressive, and that's the kind of guy you want as a heel against a sexy babyface looking dude. I mean, even though that Austin Theory is supposedly a heel, kind of like comedy heel,
right?
If there is such a thing, but yeah, you look at him, and obviously anybody tuning in for the first time, based on his gear, physique, and his look, is like, this guy's the baby, right? So, and they worked it that way, as they should.
They did, right? They were following with the crowd was cheering for him and everything. Yep.
So it was over, man. And this match was really good because even though they did do that on the outside and shit, a couple things, this mainly set the tone for real wrestling out of the gate. And my biggest gripe the last couple of weeks with Light the Fuse AEW review is they keep having the Young Bucks versus whoever.
Ooh.
Death Triangle, like these unbelievable matches to open the show where they do everything. And then they're like, follow that. And you can't follow that. So the rest of the show leaves the audience with a feeling of like on the decline, where this match was good and basic and baby, good guy, bad guy, strike versus wrestle and frustration. That's how you want to open the show to condition your audience of what a pin and a win is. So it was excellent, man. I really enjoyed the shit out of this match,
dude. So what I was talking about with the Spanish Fly, I can't even describe it, but it was a modified Spanish Fly. So what happens is we have Austin Theory on the top rope, and he does like a sit out Spanish Fly where it's almost believable that the
like Rob Van Dam's fucking split leg moonsault when you take the guy with you. So.
And you got Wade Barrett. He's like, I've never seen this before. Neither have I. That shit was fucking cool, dude. Orny Larkin goes over here, man, though. How did you like the booking of the finish?
Dude, the kid's over. It didn't hurt him. He's still sexy. He's still fucking good looking. He's still in a comedy thing where you can get him over as a character, as part of a crew. It ain't going to hurt him. And Oni Lorcan, I think he split with his tag partner. So he's on the singles, so we need to build him as a heel.
I like
this is a competitive match. Nobody's going to walk away from this match and go, that guy sucks. The other guy's really good. They both got over. It established wrestling to open the show. It's the exact segment you want to solidify that this is a wrestling show. This was great. This was great.
Absolutely. You know what was great, Ben? And we could talk about both segments here in one shot, because we jump into to the LA Knight segment and the two vignettes. We have LA Knight and we have our boy what's his name?
I'm going to the top and I'm going to the moon. Whoa! Yeah!
Cammy Grimes. So we had these two awesome fucking vignettes, man. The LA Knight one I really liked. I like both of them differently. You want to break down, like, you have LA Knight, he's in his mansion or whatever, wherever he lives with his car and the chicks. And the part where they're in the pool and he's telling a story and he's laughing, and then the girls keep laughing because obviously he's rich and stuff like that, and they want to please him. And he's like, stop, and like it was just perfect comedy timing on both of them. Ben, break it down, man.
You're breaking it down perfectly. It was great comedy timing, and they kind of both parallel each other, maybe not in the exact words or with the women, and that's what makes them separate in the scenes. But they both leave in their cars after giving their speech. You know what I mean? One in a Mercedes, one in a Cadillac. Dude, it was both of them got their characters over. One guy's the sexy dude with the chicks who drives the Mercedes, and he's fucking, Mr. Hot Guy. The other guy is fucking hillbilly rich and, even gets things wrong to show that he's uneducated, but it doesn't matter,
Well, how over was it when he was trying?
Fucking smokes the cigar and starts choking on it, and you're like, okay, that's good, because they have a anti-vaping campaign in between commercials, and then he fucking grabs the whiskey and takes it like he's gonna fucking drink it, and it smokes his fucking throat, but he puts it over how good it is. Like, that's great fucking show don't tell comedy, where he's trying to do one thing, like this is gonna be living the high life, holy fuck, that's but like not trying to sell it. So that's where the visual lies, and then they're both familiar in structure with the scene ending with the car pulling away, and you kind of get to judge the cars. You get to judge each of them who did the better promo, and they both really matched energies. And I was excited for where it was going to come together in ring. So this was great setup, pre-tape work. And here's the biggest thing about doing this gimmick. So I've seen every gimmick, every indie and every training development has a fucking magician. Everyone has a fucking biker gang or whatever the fuck, you know. Sure. But this was good because the rich guy gimmick is one of the hardest things to get over because you have to have the budget and the setups to do it. I've seen a lot of guys come in as managers because they got a suit from fucking Kohl's and be like, and I'm guilty of this too. I'm the rich motherfucker who runs the show. I'm JBL. I'm this or whatever, you know. But if you are doing it at this level, you got to have a mansion, sick cars. You got to have the fucking place that rents the fucking Bugattis or whatever that no one's going to buy for a one-off scene.
Sure.
You got to get those spokesmodels. You got to put it all together, you know, and shoot it in the afternoon and edit and and then do them both. Probably both of them were at the same place. It was probably the same location of a house that they rented. We just used the front of the house and in the hot tub for fucking him, and we used that part for him. So, like, as a producer, that's all part of your job. They just got to show up and perform, you know.
Well, they performed really, really well,
and they did, and it looked believable.
Yeah,
you know, that's the thing, but you got to have the budget to do it. Otherwise, it's going to be exposed as wrestling phony. This isn't. It's very good.
Little by little, Cameron Grimes has become a babyface. He's developed his because it's like, who do you hate more? And I usually I don't like this, but I like this.
George Bush. I probably hate the most.
You don't like George Bush? He's over. Which one? Senior or junior? Which one do you hate more?
I hate him more.
No, but which one do you hate more?
Junior.
You hate Junior more. Yeah, Junior's kind of a dick. But you know who else? You know who's not a dick? Michael P.S. Oh, I'm sorry, Doc Hendricks.
This was my favorite shit on the show.
Okay, cool. Why don't you break down the old '90s gimmick that they did with Doc Hendricks? By the way, I was surprised that his voice held out. He must have been drinking a bunch of tea with fucking lemon because he was screaming his ass off.
He smokes a lot of cigars, man. I hope that doesn't come back to get him with throat cancer or something like that, you know. But this was strictly for your 18. This is strictly for your 38 to 49-year-old demographic.
It was great.
And like, you know, nostalgia's back in 90s marketing. That's awesome. It's how it's going to be for the next 4 or 5 years. But this was in the original In Your Houses, for you kids who don't know, was like the first shitty sidebar pay-per-views that they started coming out with before there was Backlash, before there was whatever. When we went from Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, the big four, they started doing these In Your House, and it'd be like the undercard matches, right? And some matches on those were just fucking unbelievable. Other things were just like, ugh. And it was so like a knockoff of, to me, it was always a knockoff of America's Funniest Home Videos, like that set that's like supposed to be the American family home. And that's what the In Your House thing was, a cheaper, you know, or more pay-per-view events. So
we have a question from the chat real quick, Ben.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt you, but Big J is asking if Chris Van Vliet contacted you on the interview with Stevie. That was a great interview, by the way.
It was, I think, his best interview.
Yeah.
And not just because I'm biased. No, I'm not. I don't think over enough for Chris to do it, because his fans want to know about WWE, AEW, WCW, and Impact. And all I could say is I was the web guy for Impact that would impress them, I guess. So, but I think he does great work, and, I wish I had his numbers, but I don't think, he had Danhausen on, but Danhausen is getting over huge. I think that guy's fucking phenomenal, bro.
Can I just say with Chris Van Vliet, that he's doing it. I feel like he's doing it the right way. He's like a younger, better looking, more in shape Bill Apter.
Yeah. He's definitely like a Ryan Seacrest to me.
Right. I like him, dude. I actually like his gimmick.
He does good work. Yeah, it's just not. He's a natural baby face. The cool kids like him. He's got sex appeal, super nice guy, talks real talk, but doesn't get hot about it. But then when the cameras are off, he acts like one of the boys and fucking gets tired of all the bullshit. Like, he puts in his work, man. There's no doubt about it, you know? So my hat's off to him, and I'd love to do his show, but I just, you know, I'm realistic of why and who I am, where other people are like, you undersell yourself. Well, I know the market. So that's
I don't know if an Arab, you know, killer would go over right now.
I got a lot more to offer in conversation than that.
Well, of course you do, Ben, but I mean, right now at this day and age, you know, WWE is hiring, you know, certain people.
Talk all about that on Master Shoot Theater too, so it's a very high level episode.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, when it comes to it, man, in this scenes, they were great.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Fantastic stuff. And talk about great. We got Legado del Fantasma, and he's in the ring with Santos Escobar, and they're not happy, promising to make Bronson Reed pay. Bronson Reed comes into the ring, interrupts, and he says that, you know, he wants to fight them all, and then fucking MSK comes out. Listen, every time Santos Escobar is in a ring, I pay attention. I was actually doing something.
Do you? I mean, I thought they were impressive too, but do you pay attention to him?
To Santos Escobar, the leader? I do. I don't know why. Am I not supposed to?
Zima, DJZ. I pay attention to DJZ.
Okay,
for some
tell
reason,
me.
my eye is drawn to him. It's like,
why?
All three of those guys have leading man good looks, if as heels, you know what I mean, if they need to be or whatnot. But Zima Ion, DJZ, yeah, that's the same guy, I believe, right? He's the kick around here, but we watched him for a while on Impact, and I didn't know he even got signed until I saw him in this crew.
Right.
He gets it. He's in the moment. He's reacting. His acting, I'm not saying the other guy's acting is bad, and I'm not saying DJZ is stealing the scene either. I'm just naturally led to that guy, and that's a good thing. That's a good problem to have, because that if I'm going to spin a guy out who's going to stab the heel in the back to turn babyface or do the righteous choice to show that he's a babyface, and I got that guy and my eyes drawn to him, that's where the money is. So I think, dude, I agree, Colin. That's the whole thing. Colt Cabana does it too, and these are both experienced performers. Even though DJZ is a bit younger, when I see Colt in the background, way back, he's not trying to be up front and steal the scene of any of the latest Dark Order shit. The little things he's doing way in the back, I'm seeing that, and I go, that fucking makes the scene painting. And Colin's an improviser, he knows this, the scene work and saying yes to what's going on there. It's those little details that really bring it to life. But dude, yeah, I Frank, you're not wrong. I'm not saying Escobar is bad in the least. All three of those guys are really have money written on them, you know, and together they're good. But for some reason in these scenes, my eye keeps going to DJZ.
Yeah, man. Listen, so I've been following this kid since TNA or Impact Wrestling, and he's been doing this thing for a long time. You know,
you can feel the difference because he's been working for TV for a long time now, dude.
Yeah,
and
man.
He's polished. He's a polished performer, and that's what I'm seeing when I'm looking at this at a developmental level. And you can check out more about the developmental with John Paz and I on both of our Patreons for Two Man Power Trip and Hamin Media Group audio and video. We're doing a whole new series all about the developmental system. So it's going to be great.
I got to tell you something, man. More and more every single week, dude. When these guys come out, man. It's a different feeling. I'm starting to feel it, Ben. I'm starting to feel the thuggery. I'm starting to feel the hit. I don't know what the fuck how to put it over, but these guys come into the ring. Swerve Scott, you know, just with a look.
How did you feel about his jacket?
I like this jacket. It was fine.
Okay, because I like the death row shit and the real hip hop shit, and that to me felt like some P-Funk get on the mother.
Well, that's what the kids that like. If you look at these I say the kids, that sounds so fucking old, but like you look at rap videos now and shit like that. There's really no I don't know, man. It's not like back in the day when you're looking at Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? And they got fucking contacts.
Bastard and no dress looking thing like that. You know what I mean? But
Hey,
then he
man.
takes it off and his tights look awesome. Whoever's doing NXT gear,
Right.
whoever's doing Apollo's gear, dude, Apollo's gear is awesome, bro.
Well, everything. Listen, I got to tell you real quick. Swerve Scott, everything from, like you said, his pants to his hair, the color in his hair, the gold, you know, the grill, everything just comes together. But he puts it over with character, like just like the way he looks at somebody. So when they were coming into the arena, okay, for their match, Swerve Scott gave Legado del Fantasma, that group, he gave them all Escobar like a look like, y'all motherfuckers are next after we take the titles from these guys. Right. And you could just see all of that in one look. So these guys, in the beginning I was like, I can't buy them. You know what? I'm starting to buy in. Ben.
Dude, I think Hit Row's great, dude. I love it. Dude, and I popped huge. You want to talk about gear? How New York and ghetto is this shit? Like classy New York. Do you see what the girl had on?
Oh, with the fucking the high the high heel Tims?
High heel Timberlands, bro. I
saw
popped huge for the high heel Tims. That was
no doubt.
Hilarious, man.
And I've seen those in real life. Like I've seen
dude, that made me laugh hard. I was like, that's New York as fuck right there. But yeah, man, I was pumped for this match because I'm kind of a mark for fucking oh shit, I'm not a mark for
Swerve Scott.
No, well, yeah, I like the hit, but the duty face who looks like balls.
Killian Dane, dude.
Killian Dane, thank you.
Wow, what a match too, man. This was great.
Because there was like a time where we were kind of, when he was leaving Lucha Underground, and I wanted to do something with Killshot, which was Swerve, you know, and I thought it might get done. Like we were kind of going back and forth. It didn't happen. So watching Killian Dane, who's pretty much the equivalent of me in the way he looks in a lot of ways and wrestles and moves, I'm like, dude, this is how, let me see how this match would be if this is how I would work this. It was almost identical to how I would have probably put it together and what I had thought about it, bro.
Can I say real quick? I thought about you.
This is my favorite match on the card because of that. So go ahead.
I got to jump in real quick. I legit thought about you when I saw the booking of this match, for the way that the big guy worked, the way the little guy worked, the way the little guy had to have help from the outside to help him get over on certain spots. It all made sense. It all came together really well. It was all believable. I believe that Swerve Scott was putting a hurting on Killian Dane, but Killian Dane was overpowering him. So it was Jake Paul versus Mayweather, where skill and speed face brute strength. And this was a great, dude, a lot of really solid booking. I don't know who booked the show this week. Whoever did a great job, I think.
They did. The styles make matches, right? And UFC, it's worked here too. This Killian Dane looks like kind of like me when I'm at Woodsman's, but like looks like every dude that like him I grew up around at Woodsman's, right? A little bit overweight and had a double pancake breakfast, but he's going to go out there, chop wood, carry water all day long. Don't care about his hairy shoulders or whatever the fuck, bro.
No,
man, I ain't got time to look pretty. Like that type of mentality. And it just comes through. And then with Spud on the outside cheerleading, it fills in any of the fucking downtime, because Spud's a total pro and knows when to stay small and when his time is to you know, get the crowd pumped up. And then Spud does the front fucking flip to take the dudes out on the outside, you know, to get that shit over too. So that was all good. But this Killian Dane stuff with him, I was just like, man, this is 90% how I would work this fucking match. It was really good, and I liked it.
And there was some good business here, because now I cannot wait to see Killian Dane face Top Dollar. Holla holla.
Yeah, Killian Dane needed this win. Like he needed he needed Swerve needed this win,
right?
To set this up on here, but it was all good because Killian Dane got over is kind of like the X factor in between the crews. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, man, if you didn't watch his match, I would advise you, there was one match of the night to go back, and there were a bunch of matches of the night to go back to. Watch the whole show again, guys. It was a really fun show. I'm telling you this, hour and 45 minutes or whatever with commercials went by so quick. I enjoyed every single match, but this was great, man. All the guys were getting involved. The guys outside from Hit Row were getting involved again. We had Spud who's getting involved. We had the big dude Top Dollar who grabs Spud and just kills him on the curtain. But
you know what? Rally driver right on the apron. Right. But he was standing on the floor, so Spud only had to drop that far, so it looked impressive.
Kayfabe.
Well, no, like that's a great move of like, I'll give you one, but I'm not going to jump up on the apron and possibly hurt you. It'll just be there, and it's stiff enough because he's tall enough, big enough guy. It looked great. I was like, dude, that's how you take care of a brother right there.
I stopped watching the Treasure show like for about 2 weeks, and I kind of, when I was watching this, I forgot that that Top Dollar was on that show.
I haven't watched any of them because I don't want to kind of ruin my image of it.
What does this say? Frank's pick up Ray. How does that do Nick?
I'm happy for that big fucking hairy ugly bastard that he's got a hot little woman who loves him like that, dude. That's how I got my shit set up too. So like I relate to him even more, to be honest with you. So
God bless him.
I think we're cut from the same cloth, just doing a different gimmick at the end.
No doubt. Listen, guys, you know what happens under the sheets happens under the sheets, baby.
NeXT.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, giggity. So let me see. So Swerve Scott gets the win. He actually out of nowhere, while everything is going crazy, you know, he hits
flying super fucking Liu Kang kick to the head.
It's exactly what it was. It was a Liu Kang kick to the head, and it was believable.
Done, one and done. That's why I was like, this is fucking great, dude. Because I loved Killian Dane's comeback with the fucking snapmare, kick him, fucking slam. Off the ropes, duck one, fly cross body. I was going, yeah, big man. I like that. I can get all that done. And he had him. Distraction, turn, boom, down, pin him, bro. That's it.
Yo, another segment, Ben, that I loved. And we're going to talk about both these segments together. So we have Poppy, and she's actually adorable. I didn't know she was such a cutie. Tall, lean. She has a cute little voice. She's a pop artist. She's back there with Triple H. Ben, did you like the fact that she was, they had to put it over, they're selling her music. It wasn't that actually excited me.
It was egregious tongue-in-cheek Triple H stuff, and it was fine.
It was cool. It was all right. It was fun.
Game looks great.
But what I loved was, Poppy's there, they put the music out, and then all of a sudden Dexter Loomis fucking walks in.
Yeah, it gives her a picture that he drew.
Right. And then she hugs him. But fuck, man, it's just like, I'm getting frustrated, Ben. Every single week, I want Index to finally get together. I'm hoping Indy Hartwell will find, and something always gets in the middle, man. And Indy walks in, and Dexter's hugging up on fucking.
Did we miss a segment before with Candice LeRae where she was cutting a promo and then Indy Hartwell? Okay,
talk about it.
So. Dude, Candice LeRae's cutting a promo about Poppy before Poppy gets there, that everybody's talking about her and not the tag team women's champions, and even Indy's not listening because she's thinking about Dexter, so she doesn't walk off in the scene. But here's the thing, dude, and this is why I put LeRae mark for today. Candice LeRae is I see almost the most potential in her, dude, of almost anybody I've seen on the roster. I mean, there's Killer Cross, there's DJ Z, and these guys we've talked about. But as a comedian, a professional comedian and improviser, I see Candice LeRae doing high-level takes and timing and setting bits up and doing things without ever saying a word in the short time we've been watching NXT, that she has a natural ability for it, a natural comedic timing. I've worked with hundreds of improvisers.
Who are you talking about again?
Candice LeRae.
Yeah. Okay.
And what she's doing to facilitate the greater storyline and the scenes with her character and the way she does takes, she really gets it. But I don't know if that's natural, if she's had training, or if, she's unmolded clay. But when I see a talent like that, I get excited because it doesn't matter if she's the smallest little thing and we got to play that way. Mm-hmm. I know I could use her as a catalyst in a scene or something else that is really going to be a key change or a payoff where she's just there or sets something in motion. And as a writer or a director or somebody who's, an improv teacher, man, that's what you want to be able to, because a lot of times we spin our wheels till we finally get there. A lot of scenes, you can cut out the first 6 or 7 lines and get right to the action.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a natural ability to pay that stuff off. And I don't know if I'm even explaining it the right way.
I get you.
But dude, I've seen glimpses of brilliance in unmolded clay, maybe, or maybe she knows exactly what she's doing and she's thinking on the same level I am as a performer and director. And if she is, bravo. But there's money there based on the skill level, maybe not purple hair and being 5'1" in the small thing or Gargano's wife, but she's got something, man. She definitely has it.
She does have. All right. So last week I said a couple of things but you know, whatever. It is what it is. It's the past. But yes, I agree with you, man. She may be small in stature, but her character is so big, and the little things that she does, just
the little things she does.
It's just like you know, when you're trying to talk about something important, okay, and then you have your partner or you know your girlfriend or your wife or your best friend, and you're like, yeah, right, dude, and he's like totally like texting and not paying attention, and you just roll your eyes like, oh, geez, little things like that are realistic that happen in real life. That's what puts over.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what sets her apart from the developmental system. There's polished performers, and I think she's there, dude, to be honest with you. Now, where you fit her in a storyline, that's a whole nother conversation. I just know that her instrument is tuned and ready to fucking deliver higher level. Like what I'm seeing in the small things from her on NXT,
right,
I'm not seeing from a lot of main roster girls. I'm not seeing it from Rhea. Sometimes from Charlotte, it's overdone. You know, like they don't get the chance to do that. So, you know, when I compare it to everybody else, I think she's ready to do whatever needs to be done.
Is she the female version of Adam Cole, baby?
No, because Adam Cole's size hurts him. But like even in the Adam Cole thing tonight, he got me again. That son of a bitch.
Yeah, he sure did. We'll talk about it later.
He, you know, the promos and whatnot, and that's on the big screen. And even when he's beating down, like getting down, and he's standing up with the belt, I'm like, dude, how does this guy not have the physique of where he is? But then they close in on his face, and I'm like, look at this guy. There's money written all over him.
No, it's
tough. I look at Tommaso. When I was at OVW and Tommaso was a manager for fucking anger management and other guys, he was as small and as in stature as fucking Adam Cole is now. Look at fucking Tommaso now, bro. He looks like a fucking insane bodybuilder. You know, on the show, he looked like the toughest guy on the show. Muscle-wise, he's fucking shredded. Why isn't Adam Cole even half of what Tommaso is right now, being in the same place, same spot? You know what I mean? Like, because you see Adam Cole's face, and casting directors will lose their mind to have. He looks like the next Tom Cruise. You know what I mean? Like that's how good he comes through the camera. But then you put him across some Killer Cross and try and make people believable this is going to be a fucking legit wrestling match. No.
See, and the difference between a guy like him and Daniel Bryan was Daniel Bryan has muscle mass and is thick. You know what I'm saying? Like you said before last week, man. I think if the guy put on like 20 pounds of muscle, maybe that's too much. But
I think he needs to, bro. Because last this is the rib, whatever. We're in the locker rooms. Like he holds the belt up. I'm like, is he quivering? Is that belt too heavy for him? He's like, dude, get a couple reps in while you got that fucking thing up there. Let's work out a little bit.
Get a pump going.
Yeah, man. Maybe there's something I don't know physically going on with him, but acting wise, delivery wise, promo wise, he's there.
Let me ask you a question. Does he get hurt much? He doesn't, right?
I think he did once, but like, dude, I just like if he's the next Shawn Michaels, and I think of Shawn on the road doing Sexy Boy. How big were Shawn's biceps and triceps?
Oh no, right? He looked great.
Now imagine Cole doing that same entrance and go, is it going to be believable to do that same thing? Right. He's got to look like Ciampa, bro. Like, and that's 2, 3, 4 years worth of work still. So if you got all of that, you got to push him into being a body guy because you can't let that fucking investment go to waste just by bringing him up, and then he's getting beat by Ricochet next week and shit. You know, it's just like, come on, man.
I feel you.
He gets me because he'll do it with his wrestling too. Tell a great story for 10 minutes on a fucking heat on the arm or something, and then we're doing kickouts out of kryptonite crunches off the fucking top of the cage. Okay.
Well, listen, hey, Ben, we really quickly, we're gonna continue to move on. We have Breezango backstage. Did you like their promo backstage with Mackenzie Mitchell, and then you have Breezango opening the T-shirt showing his boobies?
Yeah, that guy's fucking. He gets it, comedy style. You know what I mean? But if there's two guys that got to realize they got to be close on the chopping block.
Yeah, I was thinking it's so funny because I'm watching them and I'm like, these guys are gonna be gone soon, probably.
But it might not be the worst thing for them. They did good business going back down, staying small to keep earning a paycheck, help with tag teams, help teach guys character, give guys good matches, because you can't take developmental guys and get them better unless they're working with guys who are better than them. That's why I was honored to get to work with Rob Conway,
right,
at a really young, you know, Dinsmore, Joey Mercury, all those guys. So that helped raise my acumen, and that's what they're doing for those kids. So my hat's off to them, no matter what they want to do. But the Tyler Breeze, I remember, and I've seen them do some bits and shit like that down there. Like, they're fun, still having fun still. But this was them just as two regular guys. And even at the end, Fandango knows how to hit the punchline with the chest thing and do a show don't tell. That was a funny exit and re-entry. But Breeze just is now from Prince Pretty to fucking Brad.
He's got the goatee going.
Yeah, he's like, fucking stand in for Brad Pitt number 3 or whatever. Like, like there wasn't any juice there. And okay, this guy's had a hell of a run. I'm not trying to take nothing away from him. He's been on the road for a long time, and gets it. Fandango, there was tons of money on him before they even turned him into the dancing dude,
Well, those two guys are no Soda Thompson.
Or no, but who is? But yeah, man, they've seen a lot of their friends come and go, and they got to know, like Fandango's been there longer than the Revival was. They were long. I don't know if they were there longer than the Ascension were.
Yes.
Or not, but yes. So they've seen a lot of their boys who they live with in the same neighborhoods come and go.
They've been working a long time on TV for the WWE. They both separately have had yes, Vet. I looked you right in the eyes when I put over Soda Thompson. What's that been?
I don't know. I think they're smart enough that they went down to fly under the radar to do the promise of getting clipped once, twice, 3 times a Mayday. Fucking, here we are, dude. Like, they're just in regular street clothes. Where are we going to go with these guys? Like, I think they know. Like, it would have been funny if you were like, pay respect to these guys and be like, hey guys, we're going to let you go, but we want you on TV for the next 90 days. And we're going to do a bit like
next week on Impact Wrestling, Cool Fango.
Yeah, but do things with them packing and like, you know what I mean? Getting all their shit together. Like, let's do a whole 90-day thing and send them out the right way. I think they could do some fun stuff, and those guys would get it over in a fun way. And then the next night you let them show up on Impact or whatever the fuck.
I have a great idea. So we have, like you said, they're packed. They've been hearing from the boys backstage that they may be getting a phone call to be cut. And
all
then
that shit.
And then every time they're in the locker room, the phone rings. One of the guys
fave the call. Right. Yeah.
Or the call drops. It's Carano or whoever the fuck it is supposed to be. Hello.
Right. You can't get a hold of them, but they keep showing up. And if somebody go, hey, Johnny's here, and fucking watch them dive under the ring.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like all that shit. That's good stuff, Ray.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
That would be fun. That's good shit. I'm not gonna put
it. It is kind of a fuck you to the guys who are their buddies who got fired, but if you do it the right way, even those guys who got fired can laugh at that. And
then here's the thing: like when they officially get let go, people are gonna be like, "Are they really let go?" and then they show up on Impact, or they show up on AEW, or they show up in Japan, or whatever the fuck.
That's a great fucking thing, dude.
I think those two guys should really consider staying together because they just have a fantastic chemistry, and I think they could be a great tag team anywhere in the world. Honestly,
I agree. They're both good. They got great chemistry, and they've done great stuff. Their stuff with Ascension was hilarious.
All right,
but I think Fandango's got Steve Austin money written on him.
Yeah, but is it too late? I mean, he's been
wasn't too late for Steve. Well, it might be the right time right now.
Okay, I don't know. What do you guys think? Anybody? Nobody wants to chime in. Anyway, so Ben, real quickly, man, we got Mercedes Martinez. She's going to the ring for her match, and she gets attacked by what's her name? Japanese.
No, that was the Chinese girl.
Oh, it's Chinese. Sorry. Do you have a Chinese one?
Japanese.
Close enough. Zia Lee. She walks out. She attacks Mercedes Martinez, and I like this, man. She's a marked woman. Mercedes is a marked woman. She gets her ass handed to her. Finally fights back, and then tells the ref to ring the bell. Squashes the young lady she was in the ring with. What did you think of this whole thing before we jump into the $1 million announcement?
Good heat. Good gear shift. Good, quick, in and out to tell a story. This felt like Al Snow booking to me. That this show has been really good structure wise,
right? Like everything just fucking fell into place. But Ben, it is time.
Everybody's got a price. It's the $1 Million Man.
Oh yeah. The $1 million announcement. Everybody's gonna pay. Ben Hamin, I fucking really enjoyed this segment. I think, dude, Cameron Grimes killed it. L.A. Knight. Wait, hold on. Where's my gimmick here? L.A. Knight.
I say dummy. Dummy, yeah.
Everybody gets that $1 million man. He really didn't kill it. But, dude, they did it right. They did it right, man. This is great. You had the fucking ladder that slowly comes, the gold ladder.
Security guys.
Oh my God, beautiful. This was great, Ben. Ben, break it down, man.
Yeah, it brings the bell. I've been on a couple shows with Ted, and security guys come out with them, but not as strapped up like that. But it was good, man. And again, these guys come out to get over on each other, call them Hill Jack, Hillbilly, fucking whatever, and then to show that they're in the moment, Grimes goes, Hill Jack, Hillbilly, or whatever the fuck, and like is taking his words. Now I'm believing that this isn't a completely scripted promo back and forth because he's listening to what the other guy said, taking it and spitting it back to him. Not, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say. This feels real to me almost instantly after Grimes does his opening bit in retort. But then,
Ted
DiBiase, man, tries to get over the prize and even the lead up of Grimes. Why don't you tell us what's going to be up there? It's like we don't know that the $1 million title
could have been a sack of money, Ben. You never know.
Yeah, I could have it could have been a couple of things, but the setup there, we kind of lost it. It kind of got a little plotty until we get to it. And then he goes, you're going to climb with every ounce of fiber in your muscles. And I'm like,
yeah, it was like he was trying to figure shit out as we moved along.
Yeah, dude.
He's been off his game the last couple of weeks, Ben. I mentioned it last week.
Yeah. And he kind of botches the line, but then we get the big laugh at the end. It's the $1 million title. It's awesome. And the setup was good, but the botch was really on the old man. But what are you going to do, man?
What are you going to do? All right, so really, we're about to jump at the main event of the evening here, and then we're going to quickly run down our predictions of the pay-per-view, and then we're out of here. Then I go get married. We have the Grizzled. Oh, wait. Everrise is going to have a pre-show, wherever the fuck that is. That was funny.
That was good.
That was really funny, Ben. I like those guys, man. I'm starting to like them more and more. I used to call them the dumb fucks, like the young bucks, but now anymore, man. Those guys are Everrise. They are the Everrise. And they're over with me, man. I like them, man. They're extremely entertaining.
The one dude really comes through the camera, and the other guy
with the big blue eyes. What's his name?
The other guy, he says yes and that's all we need, bro. Douchebag morning show guys who can do bits. That's funny to me, dude.
It works.
They're
but
funny.
Did you? All right. So we had the Grizzled Young Veterans, and that's a team. That's another team that's actually starting. I'm starting to like little more every single week.
They kind of got that Oni Lorcan feel to them. The other guy on Grizzled Young Vets looks like Shawn Michaels too.
I think you and I need to stop working together. But what happened? Dogs of War. I think. All right, Ben Hamin is getting interrupted. Anyway, so we got the Grizzled Young Vets in the ring there, and with Austin Gray and Ikemi Jiro. I can't. I read Japanese. Don't worry, Ben. You can go away real quickly, guys. So this Japanese guy, is working with a jacket. I've never in my life seen this. Is Jargo in the building? If Jargo's in the building, let me know, dude. What the hell's going on with this dude? But I did notice that him working with that jacket kept my eyes on him. And I'm going to ask Ben about this as he sits right back down. But hey, Ben, I was talking about Ikemen Jiro, the guy that was working with a fucking dinner jacket on. And I said to myself,
was weird. I'm like, dude, why would you fucking do that? Is that some New Japan fucking
comment? It is. I was asking for Jargo, but I couldn't get my eyes off the guy. Now, here's the thing. The jacket distracted me, and I was about to say this before you sat down. The jacket distracted me from the work he was doing in the ring because he was actually a good worker. Does that make sense?
And he's got red hair. Is there Japanese guys with red hair? I asked this. I was like, does the redhead does the redhead recessive gene, does that cross? Because I know there's Africans with red hair. And I'm wondering, I just don't know this for shoot. Is there but I'm sure he dyes it
I think that's dyed, dude. I don't think that's.
But that's the other thing. So I'm watching the guy's jacket and his hair, and not watching the match and offense like I should be. But dude, if you fight me with a fucking jacket on, I'm gonna hockey pull it on you, and then I'm gonna feed you.
They try
walk.
You can't touch his jacket, Ben. He hulks up when you do that. That's his gimmick.
Okay.
Anyway, what about Austin Gray? We actually started following each other on social media.
And if that's his gimmick, then we need to establish that, and somebody needs to steal his jacket, and it becomes about the prop and the fucking getting his jacket back, or when like we do a whole run, even when one of the girls needs it, somebody gets in, then can pick it up and put it on and be invincible. Like if we're gonna do waka waka bits, then we gotta commit to it.
What did you think of Austin Gray? Again, I was just saying that I just started following him on social media. We follow each other, and he's on 205 Live. I don't watch the show. I was impressed by him. I think he's very, very talented. That kid, the long hair kid, like Gallagher.
Yeah, definitely. We got skills. Somebody said he looks like a thinner Stevie Richards, or like old school Stevie, like body wise.
He's got an 80s look, a very 80s. You know who he looks like? He looks like a young leaping Lanny Poffo.
That's true too.
But anyway, go ahead. As you were going to say.
No, I thought they did a good business set up for Tommaso and fucking Thatcher to come down. That's the new thing too. It's unsafe, and somebody's going to either get clipped in the knee or ankle. But it pops me that they just whip chairs around now.
Dude, he almost killed himself with his own chair. Did you notice that?
I'm saying. They know what they think they know what they're doing, throwing into the ropes, but you don't know where it's going to ricochet back off of. Or it might go through the ropes, drill a guy in the knee, but so far it hasn't. But dude, it's chairs, gravity, physics, and all everything. You have no idea the randomness of what could possibly go wrong. But for some reason, it makes me laugh whipping chairs around like that. So, but dude, Tommaso looks incredible, man. I was just like, holy shit.
I have to answer this text. It's very important. If we can jump into, let me see, Grizzly Young Vets. All right, so we're in the main event of the evening, which is Dakota Kai, Ember Moon. Break this match down real quick, bro. Why? Just answer this, please.
Dakota Kai and Ember Moon was pretty strong, actually, dude. Dakota Kai hits her big finish in the end, that twisting fucking stunner, which is crazy. And I know she hurt her leg on it before, but it really looks like not that hard of a bump to take, but it looks fucking awesome when she does it. She did a flip stunner too. That was pretty interesting. Dakota Kai, I don't know, man. She fights from underneath a lot, and they did basic holds. I was glad to see a lot of this, not a ton of get your shit in wrestling in this match. Dakota Kai, a lot of people are hot on her as a prospect, man. I don't know. I hope that I can get on that bandwagon. I think Ember Moon is more the property of that I would invest in. I think There's something you could do sex appeal wise with her too, with the Tony Cakes thing. I could see them tagging together and possibly doing some good work together. I don't know their past or anything like that. Maybe that shit's happened, but Ember Moon, are we going to do the fucking Twilight thing forever? Are we going to try and evolve her? Are they going to let her go? I think there's money written on her still. She is getting a little bit tighter shape, but that's about it. You know, what have you. One thing I really liked in this, though, was it in this match or another girls' match? I go, I'm stealing that. No, it might have been in the main. Fucking, I can't remember who did it.
Well, technically, this is the main event.
Okay, so then I don't even remember what match it was in, but their legs were down by the fucking post. Like usually I grab, you know, a post you and crotch you, right? Oh, but they had legs on one side of the post, and then they fucking whipped the person's legs and their head came around and drilled into the fucking side of the post. That might have been fucking, I can't remember what it was in, man. But I'm
remember either. Sorry.
It was last night, but I'm stealing that spot, no doubt.
I won't take it.
It was good. Yeah, dude, there's there you go. So we have a can Japanese people have red hair through a recessive gene argument is going to be the new hot topic.
I think they can, because all jokes aside, I don't know if this is going to sound terrible, but I worked in Chinatown Y for many, many years. And I've seen some Chinese people with like shoot red hair. So
that's interesting.
It is what it is. But anyway, one thing I forgot to mention to you, we did have Poppy who came to the ring while what's her name, Dakota Kai was cutting a promo on her. You know, that led up to this, and apparently what's her name, the Japanese girl comes in, she's back. What's her name? Oh fuck my life. Somebody in the chat tell me who the hell the name of this Japanese chick that came back is.
Japanese.
Whatever. I know she came down and got heat.
Yeah, she got heat. Blah 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 blah. If somebody could mention in the chat, that would be fantastic. But we're gonna jump into the main event of the evening, Ben. Nobody in the chat is even paying attention. They're talking about fucking robots.
Io Shirai.
There you go. Thank you.
Come down with Poppy, and fucking her jacket was too tight. So in rehearsal, she's like, "You got to hold my jacket for me so I can get out of it." Fucking Poppy reaches forward, she puts her arms back, does the airplane, and fucking runs out of her jacket. I was like, "God damn it!" They robbed me of my moment, which is, I love people fighting their own gear to try and come in hot, and then they get caught up in some shit.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. All right, Ben. We talked about this. We'll make this short and sweet, and then we're going to take it to Doc Hendricks, who's going to break down the pay-per-view matches. What'd you think of this main event, this setup, this go-home? You know, Karrion Kross, I'm sorry, comes into the ring. Gentlemen, you know, calling everybody out, and fucking Regal is pissed off, and he calls out Regal for what I've been telling you all fucking month, that Regal is losing control of this show. Nobody's running NXT. Sure. The boys are running NXT, and then I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. Kyle O'Reilly might have gotten under Karrion Kross's skin because he calls him a fucking mark right on live TV.
Dude, yeah, that was a bad move, man.
Talk to me, Ben.
Felt bad for Kross. I think all these guys are working against him in the locker room, bro.
I think they are, and I think Kross is gonna fucking end up hurting somebody.
I think Kross is gonna end up going to the main roster, and 3 of them are gonna get fired.
So we'll break down this segment and tell me what you mean by that.
There's money on Kross. It's undeniable. Like, does Kross need probably more ring time, what have you? But these guys live and die by the fact that they think they can go 20, 30 minutes and do all these falsies and shit. Like, that's like their indie pride. Kross winning in 2 minutes means more to an audience member. That's where these guys from the indies and ROH will never get it. They'll never truly understand. Well, they get it, but they don't want to admit it because they can never be what Kross is. No. An intimidating, man-looking, badass motherfucker that looks like he walked out of a comic book. They can never be that. They're the comic book buyers. You know, like, I'm not taking away from their skills or the times they put in dojos, but there's just some things that they can never have. So because of that, they have to play politics to keep a guy down who probably doesn't have the wrestling acumen that they do yet. But guess what? He's got the money written on him, and they don't want to be part of the show where they're a different part of the show, but Kross draws the house because he's an attraction. They want to be the top guy attraction. And that really is them being marks for themselves.
Yeah, they are. He called them out on it, though.
We're all going to get paid Why not let Cross be the top guy and draw the fucking house? You can go out and pull 20 minutes to be self-egregious and get all your dive shit in that you want to, and then Cross can come win in 2 minutes and he looks believable, because we said they don't want to be part of the bigger picture. They want to be, it's all about me, and they don't want to admit that they have deficiencies. And that's where you're a mark, because everybody has their part to play on the show. The show is an experience, not just about, I stole it, I'm the fucking best, we had the best match. In their minds, that's what that shit is. So him calling him a mark isn't bad, but it also shows your enemy that you're frustrated, and that's not what you want to do in the cold war of the locker room, to sell on camera that way. Because as soon as you do that, Gargano goes, he knew he had him. Gargano goes, I just got him to sell on camera because he's frustrated, because he doesn't know what we're going to say. So where Cross just thinks calling him a mark makes Gargano look like a fan, which it does, because he's got the shape and size of what Gargano can go. We know that he can.
Well,
But
he called Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy Jr. A mark.
I thought, no, he called Gargano when he was standing on the fucking.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he might have done it again to Orange, but that's another mistake. Why are you dressing this guy like Orange Cassidy? That's a rib on him, bro. Like, you're not on Orange Cassidy. And then the tough guy, Pete Dunne, comes in the ring. Enough of this talking bullshit. I'm ready to fuck shit up. Then he jumps up like he's going to run in. And then promo on the thing.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so ready to go. But Adam Cole's promo has stopped me on there. Like, Dunn should have fed in, taken something nasty, and the other guys are looking. Then Cole's fucking promo comes up. It totally buries Dunn as being oh, I'm bad as fuck unless Adam Cole's got something to say. Then Adam Cole promo happens. The fighting breaks down. We start getting our spotty shit in, doing a fucking shotgun finish of everybody loves the fucking forearm shiver now, like they're Muay Thai masters. That fucking pops. That's indie as fuck and looks stupid. Do a fucking something that is your signature shit, please. Stop thinking that your fucking flying Superman punch version of a fucking flying elbow is killing anybody. Get the fuck out of here. So everybody does that. Everybody has one or two of those on each other. And then Cross is standing, and then Adam Cole comes in out of nowhere. He was here the whole time, everybody.
Well,
it hits Cross with a fucking super kick that they miss, and then you see this little fucking Converse shoe come into the fucking and it barely touches Cross, and Cross has got to sell it. Then he loads up and hits another one. It's just like the guy's not even tall enough to hit the super kick on a guy to make it believable as a snap kick.
I got to say this, though. We got problems. I agree, but I like the idea behind it. Like the people that are producing that show, it's a good idea to have that close up of Cross, and then for the TV audience, just that little boot comes out of the.
Next time we'll get a baby shoe and fucking tink him on the cheek with it. Like, dude, come on. So all that set up for that funny super kick made me laugh very hard. And then it's Adam Cole fucking with the beauty shot pose down, raising the thing, and he's legit trembling a little bit, holding the title up, man. So
10 pounds of gold, bro. It's a lot of weight there, man.
Dude, I'll tell you what, if he was holding that IWGP title up, he might have needed two hands, because that fucker weighs about as much as a 45-pound plate does.
He'd fall the fuck over. He wouldn't be able to stand. That would be funny. He's trembling like fucking Bambi, when she's trying to learn how to fucking walk. Was Bambi a girl? I don't know. But listen, Ben, this was a fucking great show, man. This was a go home show should always be. Setting up business, great matches. It wasn't crazy, man. We didn't like I have so much to look forward to for this pay-per-view, even though I'm not gonna be watching. I'm gonna be on a beach in the Dominican Republic. But I'll tell you what, man, we gotta do this, Ben. We're gonna take this to our main man, the man who loves all people, no matter what color, creed, and gender you are. It's the old school man himself, Doc Hendrix. And I'll press play.
Handsome Doc Hendrix back here with another NXT Takeover in Your House Slam Jam. What a night it has been on NXT. And this takeover card keeps getting bigger and better. Bronson Reed and MSK will take on Legado del Fantasma for not only the NXT Tag Team Championships, but also for the North American Championship. It's winner takes all in this six-man tag. The dangerous Xia Li, Atiya Shah, making her takeover debut against Mercedes Martinez. Cameron Grimes and LA Knight will now compete in a ladder match with the most exclusive title in wrestling history hanging above the ring. Will Ember walk out of TakeOver a two-time NXT Women's Champion, or will the dominant Raquel Gonzalez remain atop the women's division, still sporting the gold? The very best of NXT will all be in the same ring when Karrion Kross defends his title in a fatal five-way. It all goes down Sunday night, 8 p.m. LIVE live on Peacock. See you this Sunday in your house.
In your house, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your In Your House 2021 predictions. It is myself, Big Ray Hernandez, and Ben Hamin. We're going to give you the breakdown of this pay-per-view, and we're going to get the fuck out of here. This is taking place again Sunday, June 13th, 2021, start time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, kickoff, and then 8 p.m. the show starts, the main show. It's going to be taking place from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, it is In Your House, NXT's pay-per-view for this month. So we are here, Ben Hamin. We're excited about this. This is one hell of a card, brother. Let's jump right into this, my friend. We start off with Mercedes Martinez versus Xia Li. Who goes over and why?
Man, that's a tough call. Xia Li needs heat, right? She's the badass who was calling in the mob hit. So I could see this ending in a no finish, to be honest with you, and to further the storyline. So I don't see the payoff here yet, and I think heels need heat, so she's going to have some way to win.
Who is the evil-looking half-dead chick that spits out stuff that they keep showing? Do you notice that?
No.
You don't notice the undead-looking bride bitch that's with her there? You don't notice her?
Oh no, I don't know who she is.
Is that Xia Li?
There's I think there's going to be some fucking fuckery here.
Fuckery.
I predicted no finish, or Mercedes Martinez. Not Mercedes Martinez. That's fucking Sasha Banks, right?
No, you got it. Mercedes Martinez.
Was it? By DQ because of the fuckery.
Yeah, probably. It could be a situation where they've been building Martinez up just to have her lose the match to Xia Li to give her that that put over. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go with your idea. I think it makes sense. Mercedes Martinez just getting attacked by whomever that woman in the shadows is, or the guy that walks down the ring. I don't know, but I think that might happen. Anyway, all right. This is a match I am looking forward to, which I probably won't be able to watch. I'll have to check it out when I come back. But it's going to be Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight for the $1 million championship in a ladder match. This has the opportunity, in my humble opinion, to be the match of the night. Your thoughts, Ben? Who goes over and why?
Man.
This is tough, right? Because really quickly, while you think about it, if LA Knight wins it, then you get the baby face and Cameron Grimes chasing that title, and that would be great. If Cameron Grimes wins it, then you have Cameron Grimes going to the clubs or going to do play bingo.
There's way more character side that's going to pay off with Cameron Grimes than there is fucking LA Knight, who's already Eli Drake, who's already made good looking and whatnot. And there's plenty of road to go after this between the two. Absolutely. I see your point. Then we also saw the fucking kid, Atlas, who beat them both, and he just tweeted that, which I thought was great use of social media to get his little sidebar story over and take care of business. I would bonus that kid for that if I was in WWE, for actually using social media properly. But I would go Grimes up here as a writer of the opportunities that I'd have as opposed to the matches, because this is character based and character driven.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better to have Grimes getting it and then show him living on a higher lifestyle, and that can drive Eli Drake even crazier.
Yeah, I agree. There's going to be so much fun moving forward watching this. Like I said, either the guys can be champ. I have a feeling though that they're going to put the belt on LA Knight, and Cameron Grimes is going to do the chase for the next month until the next pay-per-view or so.
I mean, if they see a Steve Austin in them, this is why they might do that, Ray.
Yeah.
Like, who does Eli Drake take from the most? What three performers?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Ben Hamin.
and Ric Flair. So if you see Steve Austin in them, wash, rinse, repeat. What was the first thing they did with Steve Austin?
He was the $1 million champion.
So if you want
ringmaster
that again, and they think they've got a Steve Austin in him, then it may be him up just on that premise alone.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Bernie. Lots of mileage, and any way you go, either way you go.
Steve Austin, bro. Yeah. That's why he was great. That's why he could come into a main event and be believable.
Now, here's a match that I'm really, really interested. Like, I'm interested in all this shit, man. This is cool. Winner takes all. They haven't done this in a long, long time. So we have not only the NXT North American title, but the tag team championships up for grab. Bronson Reed, the champion, MSK, the tag team champions, going up against Legado del Fantasma. And I think this is the opportunity, Ben, for NXT to finally have these guys hold all the, the gold. I would,
yeah. Yep. Yes.
You put them over there.
Yep. Heels up.
All right. So we have the co-main event here, and they're probably going to be more matches, but this is the latest I have here, and this is what it is.
Heels up, because now is the perfect time to build all that till SummerSlam.
Oh, it's going to be great
over there. That's when you do babies up at that.
Absolutely. We have the co-main event here for the NXT Women's Championship, which honestly, for me, Ben, I'm not really interested in this match because I'm not a fan of Ember Moon. It is what it is. Even though she's been working great and everything, I'm not a fan of hers, and I don't think there's any way, to be honest with you, that she beats Raquel Gonzalez. I think that they're strapping a rocket on her ass.
Well, I think so too. Raquel Gonzalez should be up here. That's why you have a competent worker like Ember Moon to be able to pull time and have a good back and forth here.
Absolutely. And then, Ben, very simple. The main event of the evening for the
Raquel Gonzalez needs new gear, though.
Why? What do you think?
She had she kind of looked like Peggy Bundy to me last night. She had the red pants on and the fucking leopard print top. You know what I mean? Yeah. But dude, the lat spread and shit she was doing was crazy. Like, her back was massive.
Dude, she's a tremendous specimen.
Yes, weightlifter, man. She put some fucking time in on the machines. But her pants kind of didn't fit her right. They were just like, even she gets laid out and shit, but like yeah, and people are like, should she get implants? I don't think so, man. I think I don't think they need it, bro.
I hate to be this guy, but it distracts me a little that she's so flat chested. I've said this before.
I think that makes her special.
I don't think she needs to go like giant gimmicks, like maybe a fucking B cup or something like that. That sounds bad, man. I feel terrible saying that.
We're not feeling sex appeal with her.
Right.
She's
and the thing is,
sexier than China, and she reminds me of China a lot.
Well, that's the thing. She can be the next China if she continues to work and learn and get some character. Well, China was never a character person. She was never great at cutting promos. God bless her. But this girl has the look, the size. She's fast, the physical ability to be something special, man. I said it a year ago when I was doing this shit with Colin, or maybe more than that. I saw something in her, and now she's NXT champion. I don't know, man. Does she need gimmicks, Ben?
No.
I don't think she does either. But like, if you go to her Instagram, she is beautiful.
Here's the only reason why she needs them.
Go ahead, man.
Because somebody in the office is going to go, we think she needs to get gimmicks, but we can't tell her that. So somebody get the word to her, and we'll see if she gets them on her own. And
how do they do that? How do they force her without forcing her into doing it? Like, is there something like do they have like somebody say something about her, or does it become a segment on the show?
It'll be like, if they like what you're doing. No, it won't become a segment on the show. They like what you're doing out there. They're just not sure if they like your look. So you go and get new gear. The gear looks all right, but they're just something that's missing.
Right.
Whether we're not sure what it is. Try a couple things in promo and see what it is. We want to see something sexier. And then Charlotte will call up and go, hey, if you are looking to get any work done, this is my guy, and give him the card. Like it's all inferred shit like that.
Right. And you're right that Belair has no gimmicks and she's over. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. I guess I'm thinking like I guess Bruce Pritchard would think.
I'm just telling you from what I know of 3 girls I know in developmental who all got tit jobs after fucking Cherry from Deuce and Domino, and other ones were not told and forced. So when you see 1 or 2 other girls get it, like, get it done, and they get pushed up to the main roster, that sets the tone for the other girls to be like, well, I guess I know what I got to do in order to get fucking noticed. And really, it's not the fact that they even want to see you have big tits. It's the fact that they want to have control to be able to get you to say, will you bend a knee to what we want from you to go get breast implants, just as a power play over you to see if you will fucking submit to us. Because that to them, that means when they want to ask you to do something at WrestleMania, you're not going to give them any blowback. You're just going to do it because they've already broken you and they know that you're a fucking WWE horse, and they'll whip you as much as they want.
We got some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the new Master Shoot Theater is available right now. Ben, where can they find that, Ben?
Patreon.com/RussoTWC.
All right. Yes. Now, Ben, it is time for the main event of the evening, the Fatal 5-Way.
Yeah.
NXT Championship, Karrion Kross, the champion, defending against Adam Cole, baby. Pete Dunne, Johnny Gargano, and Kyle O'Reilly. Ben, this is the opportunity. If they're going to bring Karrion Kross to the main roster, I said this before, and I'll say it again. This is the time, because Karrion Kross doesn't have to lose. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think so. And I'd actually have Killer Kross possibly lose.
Who goes over? Who is Adam? I think Adam Cole's going to win this.
Yeah, I'd put it on Adam Cole.
I think Adam Cole's going to win this.
Yeah, they think that this brand isn't developmental and that it's a third brand and everything. Mm-hmm. Let them keep making developmental money. And Kross will do what a man does, go up there, end up working with Orton or somebody and start getting the next $1 million contract. And they'll still be making, they'll give him another 20 grand and go, see, dude, you fucking killed it. And he'll be making a third of what Kross does. And they'll think that they're real champions.
Yeah.
They'll continue lying to themselves and that they're just instead of knowing their place on the show and wanting to get there themselves, man. That's how they know they got them. And these promos have really shown, and the office loves that shit. They love seeing guys try to expose each other. That's what fucking Triple H and Shawn fed on for years, and they're going to keep doing it. So we'll see, man. But I think Kross doesn't need to take the loss. He can. It's not going to hurt him because nobody's going to see this and nobody's going to be like, well, Kross lost to Adam Cole. Like, that's a very small, portion of what's going to be. So I think it'll be a great pay-per-view based off of this last episode. Wow. This is the best NXT episode we've seen to lead in and set up business and structure-wise of the show and matches, man. I really like this show this week.
I do too. Maybe they give Adam Cole one of those, they on WWE.com, they sell the belts, right? You have the belts, but then they also sell the plastic versions of them that are a little lighter.
That would be good. He could come out with the.
Absolutely. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen, man, this has been your next level wrestling review here. I will not be here next week and maybe not even the following week. What's that, buddy?
Congrats, dude. I'm so happy for you. Have a wonderful day. Just enjoy it. Don't try and worry about planning and everything. Just be in the moment, dude, and then go and escape on your honeymoon and just really try and unwind. You're going to love it there, man. I'm really jealous and excited for you and happy for you, man. I love it.
Well, I'm happy too, man. Guys and gals out there, thank you so much for all the support over the years, so on and so forth. Man, 7 years, it's a long time to be with somebody. And we're looking to do forever. So I'm really, really excited about that. Again, guys, I will not be here next week. So when I come back, I won't know what the hell's going on. But seriously, guys, thank you again. I want to, I know a lot of people that I work for don't listen to this, but I got to give a shout out to the people that were just so wonderful to me, and the gifts that I got from my employers. You know what I'm saying? Just they treat me like family. They're wonderful, and I appreciate them. I appreciate all my friends. Billy Ray Valentine, I appreciate you, my best man, my wedding, and Colin coming all the way down from West Bullfuck, Kentucky, to join us with the Fiend, and that's gonna be cool. We're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna put up a whole bunch of pictures, videos, streams, and so forth, so you guys can be a part of it as well.
You enjoy your day. Let it be about you, man. Don't worry about putting on a show for everybody else. That's your day, and
I'm a showman.
All that kind of stuff. Everybody else has got phones. Don't worry about that. Just be in the moment, man. You don't want to waste any time.
I got you. Well, listen, my friend, we're about to go home, and I say this every single week. I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, I'd do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. I love talking NXT. This was a great show. You can find me on social media at Big Ray Hernandez everywhere you want to. And Ben Hamin, please send us home, my friend.
Y'all, man. Plenty to deal with in life as it goes round and round, and we celebrate all of our achievements and all of our moments and glory together. And the tough times, they come and they go, and hopefully we can all, enjoy it together, man, instead of being at each other's throats all the goddamn time, or knowing what's important when somebody you care about isn't feeling well, and make you realize that our time is short and we should spend it wisely with the people we care about, enjoying the things that we love. And I enjoyed it today. We're talking wrestling with Big Ray before he goes on his big adventure in life. And congratulations to your beautiful wife. So it's Hacker Hamin. It's Big Ray. It's the Next Level podcast. Plenty of new shows coming around. I got to meet with Realm Brand today to start getting all that stuff going. And we took it to the next level.
We took it to the next level. Yes, we did. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will not be taking it to the next level here, but I'll be taking it to the next level in life this weekend. I'll see you next week, guys. God willing, and maybe I don't come back because it's going to be fucking gorgeous and beautiful. I'm not going to want to. I'm going to go. I told Jen I want to go dolphin hunting, but she said I can't do that. I'm not allowed to do that. So it is what it is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys. I love you. God bless you. Take care. We are out.
YOLO.
YOLO.